We bought this Metro a few days ago. This is actually one of the bigger dually Metros. Pretty cool truck, pretty solid truck as well. This is a 1959 model. The guy told me that it does run. His uncle was actually living in this thing. But as you can see here, it's got the dually fenders. This is the biggest Metro that they made, and it's actually got the squared off back end on it. They used to not be that popular, but people are starting to build these things, and they're starting to become pretty cool. But this thing inside here, like I said, his uncle was living in it, and we've kind of peeked in there, and there's just all kinds of stuff everywhere. And we just kind of wanted to show y'all some of the stuff that you might run into when you buy these old projects. So whenever we buy these old things, most of the time we get the privilege of cleaning them up because the owner just doesn't want to mess with all this mess. And like I said, there's just stuff everywhere in this thing. So we're going to start going through some of these drawers and cabinets here, and there's this one has a sink and some beds back there. And we're just going to go through here and just see what all we find and make sure that there's nothing alive in this thing. We really don't know where to start on this. We may just dig through this and find a whole bunch of junk, but there may actually be some kind of jewel in here hidden away. And I've always had this dream of, we bought this thing with no title, and I've always had this dream of finding the title actually inside the vehicle somewhere. So we're just going to start rummaging through this stuff. There's some pretty old stuff in here, and just see what we can turn up. I think I got what y'all are looking for. I believe this here is maybe like a petrified horn toad. Everybody needs one of those. Kind of scared to touch the thing. Oh yeah. Then another head to a conquered horn toad, I guess. Yeah. I think I'm done. Some old shop manuals for '68 Ford truck. Apparently this guy probably had an old Ford truck he was always having to work on. Alright. It's kind of funny because a lot of times you can kind of get to figure out the owner of the vehicle by what stuff they have in there. And this guy here, I don't know, maybe he had a kid or something. There's some pretty cool old stuff here though. Some little Hot Wheel cars that look pretty old to me. I don't know how desirable any of this stuff is, but pretty neat. Some old plates here. There's lots of people that collect old license plates and stuff. You know, I guess if someone really wanted to go through the trouble of selling some of this stuff, you might make a little money off of it. We'll probably just go through here and kind of keep what we think's cool, hang up in the shop, and kind of do something with them. Bunch of old keys and everything. Maybe the guy was kind of worked on vehicles, had a lot of vehicles, not sure. I mean, there's lots of old keys and keychains here. But, oh well, Odessa Police Academy. Let's see what's in here. That seems interesting. Stop drug trafficking. Bumper sticker. Yep, our videographer could use that. Let's see here, there's high-speed pursuits, all kinds of stuff. Field interviews, jail procedures. Some of this stuff looks like may not be anything. Cool old picture. Firearms training school. Man, there's no telling how old some of this stuff is or what the guy even was keeping this stuff for. But like I said, there's so much stuff here, there's no telling. The title could very easily be stuffed away in here somewhere. And I'll just really have to dig through everything to just see if maybe he put it somewhere and, you know, was just storing it away and kind of forgot about it.
Like we got some hats or something anyways, I don't know. All kinds. I don't know if there's anything worth anything or just it doesn't look like it. Texas Tech Lady Raiders. Just A little bit of everything. It don't look like he was really into any certain style or cars or just whatever cap he come across, I guess.
All right, folks, I'm not sure what in the world this thing is here. I'm kind of scared to even grab hold of it. That's kind of, oh, it's breaking. So, I'm thinking this guy maybe had, I think this was maybe a gingerbread man. It's pretty gross, pretty nasty. But I'm pretty sure it's not alive, and I think was edible at one time. But apparently not that edible, because it's still here.
Lance, I'm a ninja.
Apparently we have a ninja infestation as well. So I called it right. The guy probably was some kind of a mechanic of some sort. Looks like an old mechanic shirt that you'd wear.
Or maybe a killer.
Or maybe a killer. This is kind of cool. I kind of like old pearl snap shirts. They're kind of interesting. And this one is pretty cool. Looks like an animal got a hold of it or something hot. Just some old shirts and stuff the guy kept in his little closet there, I guess. So this back here, I'm pretty sure was his sleeping quarters. He had his bed here where he'd just hang out but I mean, as you can see, there's just so much stuff in here. Some old paintings here that I don't think most of this stuff is worth anything. And then there's some cool old tins in here that might be worth something to somebody. But at this point, this thing's pretty nasty, pretty messy. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time digging into this nasty stuff. So as far as the title goes, we'll call this one as it's probably not in here. And I may even bring somebody in to just gut this thing out, clean everything out for us. But we just kind of wanted to show you what you can be getting into on some of these things. And most of the time, this one's actually not so bad compared to some of the stuff we've had where animals live in it, goats. We found stuff with chicken eggs that's been in there for 20 years probably. But we just kind of wanted to show you guys what you can actually find in these things sometimes.